Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are back at Daytona International Speedway for the 17th race of the season. The countdown has begun. 10 more races until the playoffs begin. And let me tell you what, this track in particular, along with Armory Digital, which ends the regular season, could be the huge races in deciding who makes the playoffs. Okay, so after tonight, we head to two road courses internationally. Puco, which is in New Zealand. Surfers Paradise. I forget if that is a street circuit in New Zealand or Australia. I do not live over there, so I do not remember. Then we have two speedways, Indian Meadowlands. And then we go three straight road courses. We go to the Glen. We go to Provo, which I believe is in Utah. And then we're heading to Abu Dhabi for Yas Marina. So three straight road courses, come back to Darlington, and then go to Armory. So there are no short tracks on the schedule in between this. So from here until we hit Armory, it's all speedways and road courses. So things could get interesting. Jonathan Zoerlein won the first road course race last week at Infineon. He starts second tonight next to pole sitter Emmanuel Hartnett. In row 2 is Dylan Young and Alexander Rowe. Row 3, Michael Amato, Alex Gray, who won this race last year. In row 4 is Mark Riggleman, who got the pole for the 500 with Philip Goldberg. And in row 5 is Zach Rogers and Tony Green. Talladega race winner Deanna Jones starts in 15th, and Daytona 500 race winner Andrew Rich starts 26th. Let's go trackside for the commands to fire engines.
Drivers, start your engines!
This command has been given. Fun fact, while we're at it, Audi with no wins, Toyota with only one from Zach Flickinger back at Dover. Coming into tonight's race, looking at the point standings, Andrew Rich with now a 50-point gap over Johnny Gardner. Remember, Rich won at Pig Stadium. That was his fourth one on the year. Remember, 5 bonus points per win at the start of every round in the chase you're in, except the finale at Homestead. Looking at our race winners, everybody is still in the top 30 in points, makes them eligible. However, Quentin Moore dropped to 26th and Fitzwater moved up to 25th. Next lowest is Flickinger in 21st. We have a total of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 winners on the season. And 5 of those 10 winners are top 5 in points. Rich, Gardner, Jones, Osborne, and Alex Gray. So with that said, 10 winners right now. Your guys in on points are Seth Cole, Peter Sands, Caleb Hoffman, the defending champion, Cole Deaver, Diego Yepes, and Tony Green, who has the last spot over Matthew McIntyre right now by 2 points. And then it's a bit of a 10-point jump down to William Brock. So the countdown is on with 10 races. After tonight, it will become 9 races. At this point in the season, we had 2 or 3 drivers below the top 30 in points. Could we see one of those drivers win tonight? Or will Alex Gray defend his race title from 2017? Will Dodge win another super speedway race? Green flag is out. We're about to find out. Remember, in the start of the season in the 500, we had, I believe, a wreck around lap 15, I want to say. And then we had one with about 7 to go, which set up a green-white checkered finish. And Dylan Young already to the inside of Emmanuel Hartnett, looking for the race lead. So when will the big one strike? At Dega, we saw a big one early on, and then another decently sized wreck a couple of laps later, and then it was green to the finish. leading lap 1 will be Dylan Young. Michael Amato to the inside. Amato won 2 races in 2017, but he has not seen the glitter and the confetti-ridden victory lane since. And now Mark Riggleman, the pole sitter for the 500, goes to the bottom looking for the race lead. We will probably see a lot of passing, and there it is. That's the 4-wide maneuver that could cause the big one. Zach Rogers with help from Deanna Jones to the inside. That's going to put Ferranti and Amato in the middle. Rogers now going to go for the lead off of 4. That'll slide Riggleman up. And they're also 4 wide in the back with Parker and Matthew McIntyre. Now they're forward, and there they go! Riggleman's in the wall. Ferranti around. It's the big one on lap 3. They are everywhere. Oh, Tringali, Amato with big impact. Shearer's in it. Rowe is in it. Huge crash coming across the start-finish line, but they should be racing back. And Zach Rogers, Deanna Jones, and John Arndt appear to be the only 3 completely unscathed. Remember, Rogers almost won Vegas. He is 41st in points. He could very well get a win here. Alexander Rowe is totaled. Amato is smoking. Dylan Young's got heavy front-end damage. Tony Green. Jessica Shelton appears to have damage. Some of these drivers did hit the start-finish line when the wreck was happening. Peter Sands, John Nunn, Ferranti, Tringali, Handley. Huge crash. Riggleman. Nate Rogers with big damage. Hartnett. Flickinger, I think, has some. Hoffman might have some. William Brock, I believe, has hood damage. But Zach Rogers, your race leader after that craziness. Let's see how the 19 started the 4 wide that caused this wreck. And we're going to start this in full speed. Watch the 19 off of 2. Jones is behind him. He knows he's got a teammate. He's going to make the move. Ferranti moves up. At this point, they are 4 wide. Almost 4 wide in 2 different places because of where the 26 was. And then here it comes off of 4. Dylan Young's going to get that run. Riggleman moves up the racetrack. He's kind of there. We're going to go to Amato. Now this honestly falls down to the teammates giving each other enough room. They're pretty square here as they come into the tribal, but right here, Ferranti's going to inch forward, and right there they stop pushing up, and there it is right there. In the Riggleman, Young, and it's on from here. There's Alexander Rowe getting involved. Down in the Shearer, William Brock, Jessica Shelton, James Quall, Zoerlein, Nunn, Alves, Tringali, Goldberg, all into this mess. Dylan Young, Gray, Hanley, Gardner, Oskin, Nate Rogers, Peter Sands, Hoffman. I mean, drivers were everywhere. McIntyre, Eli Bright, Charles Sanford, TJ Hanley, Charles Jackson. Seth Cole gets a little piece of it. Huge, huge wreck. And then there's Young adding insult to injury to the 41 car. I don't know who wasn't in this wreck, but I'm pretty sure I counted at least a dozen names off the list. Let's take an onboard with somebody. Onboard with Cole Deaver, who's behind another 4-wide situation. I don't believe I saw the 31 get involved here. He had McIntyre and Parker in front of him going 4 wide, but the wreck started at the front. Hey, O'Hagan was in it. Didn't even see that. Look at this brake work by the rookie. Oh, I thought he was going to get in the Shelton there. But Cole Deaver made it through. Good work by the rookie of the 31 car. Let's get you to the race restart. Getting ready to go back. Green flag racing. We'll have 7 complete, 73 to go. Drivers out of the race. Riggleman, Shelton, Young, Amato, and Rowe, 37 drivers remain on the racetrack. I saw a lot of guys with minimal to moderate damage. Remember, this is a super speedway race. Aerodynamics is everything here. So anyone with even the tiniest amount of front end damage is pretty much scrooged. Screwed, pooch is screwed. John Arndt is your race leader after pit stops. Deanna Jones, your winner from Dega. She is in second. James Shelley third. Hagan fourth. Gardner up to fifth. Deaver in sixth. Austin Alves in seventh with hood damage. DJ Kurtis eighth. Yepes ninth. And Zach Rogers is 10th. Andrew Rich also made it through that accident unscathed. He is in 14th. The big challenge for a lot of drivers in this remaining 37 car field will be passing those with the damage. Now with that said, we should see the field stretch out and then come back together depending who's where. I only saw one car without a hood, and that was Peter Sands. And Deanna Jones, wasting no time, is going to go for the race lead. So good restart by the 29 team. Hagan will go past teammate James Shelley. As we wait for the drivers to get up to speed, we won't see that 3-4 wide action we saw for a while. And Cody Hagan with a move to the inside, help from Cole Deaver. Shelley now behind the 31 car. And at the start-finish line, it'll be Deanna Jones in the race lead. Cole Deaver will make it 3 wide. And now we're seeing those who are getting the runs. And we are back 3 wide at Daytona. It only took them a lap. As we're going to go through the field, DJ Kurtis up here got 2 wins last year. He's looking for a win. Yepes, a rookie up here. Gardner, Qualls, that's the top 10. Rich, Seth Cole up in the running. Rich would be looking to extend his record up to 5 victories on the year. Caleb Hoffman back here. Osborne Alves, who's got a little damage. He is definitely falling back. Quentin Moore's been making his way up. Same with Parker. Parker's actually been falling back. William Brock, Oskin, Tony Green. Here's Jackson, Eli Bright, McIntyre, Flickinger, Gray, Shearer, Goldberg, Sanford, Hart, Nate Rogers we know had damage. Nunn, Zoerlein, Fitzwater, Ferranti, Handley, all with back end damage. And there's Sands without a hood. But Nico Tringali with the most damage, surprisingly, and his car appears mostly unscathed. But he is way underpowered, and he could be a huge thorn in the race leader's side as Yepes is battling DJ Kurtis for the lead. Seth Cole and Andrew Rich have plopped their way up here, and they just about went 4 wide. Hoffman and Osborne at the tail end of this field should draft their way up. As you saw, Austin Alves fell back. So it'll be a 14-car pack for now until the drivers behind possibly get grouped up if they have enough to combat these leaders. We could see more than just the 14 we got right now. It is a long race. We could be seeing what we saw with Talladega. Now they still could very well get to 4 wide formation. But for now, DJ Kurtis is your race leader. Zach Rogers, remember, up here almost won at Vegas. Rogers finally gained a spot in the point standings from 42nd to 41st. But still entering the race, 29 points behind Ferranti. And then from Ferranti up, everybody else is pretty much at max 12 points behind one another. Rogers just has to keep getting good finishes if he wants to make his way into the top 30, get a win, and make the playoffs. Last season he won at Papyrus, which was a playoff race. DJ Kurtis, meanwhile, who won 2 races last season, he sits 34th in the standings, so a win could propel him into the top 30. But then, just like last season, he will have to keep himself up there. By the way, after race 18 next week, all the races from Dega to Puco, anyone that won there will be getting those driver stats put into play for the rest of the regular season. And then at the end of the regular season, races 19 to 26 will be thrown in for the playoffs, and then they won't be updated again until 2019. Rumors are swirling that there's a possibility of one of the drivers on Bulldog Motorsports, that is Zach Rogers' team, possibly retiring at the end of this year. And that driver is up here at the front, and that is the 29 of Deanna Jones. Jones, apparently, despite her good races, has a somewhat lack of interest in racing past 2018. So you could be seeing a get a championship and retire driver here in the 29 car, as her, Zach Rogers, and Andrew Rich are all lined up on the top. And it is also rumored that Zach Rogers and Andrew Rich will not be in the numbers they currently drive for 2019. It is unconfirmed, but rumors suggest that Rogers, who is sick of switching out drivers in the 9, will take the 9 car up in 2019, and a new face will don the 19 car. Meanwhile, Andrew Rich is looking to possibly switch to the now vacant 23 car, as BK Racing shut down at the end of 2017. As for the 4th car on the team, the number is unknown. It could be anything from the 10 to the 91, but that is just a rumor here in the middle of 2018. DJ Kurtis continuing to hold on to the race lead. Yepes behind him, and then, like we said, the Bulldog Motorsports train now. They are catching Nico Tringali, and he is going to be in the middle, and that's going to put John Arndt flying into the race lead. This is going to hold up everyone on the top. Shelley drops low. So Deaver, Quall, Seth Cole, Osborne. Looks like this will hold up Yepes, Rogers, and Jones the most. Jones made a move. Rogers will make a move now, and that'll keep Yepes stuck behind Tringali the longest. But he finally makes the move, and they should still draft up to this field. That gave John Arndt a huge lead, which is really bad. Look at the speed difference between him and Cole Deaver. It's massive. Next cars to get lapped would be Fitzwater and Sands, who are not going a lot faster. And there's a little pack here. Let's see, Nate Rogers, John Nunn, Zoerlein, Ferranti, Hanley, and Hartnett. Parker and Alves are running by themselves. They should be caught by that group behind them soon. And then here is our other up-to-speed pack. Jackson, Flickinger, Sanford, Goldberg, Brock Gray, Gardner Green, McIntyre, Austin, Bright, Shearer, and Quentin Moore. And it looks like Zach Rogers should catch. I don't know about Diego Yepes. Even Hagan and Jones are barely holding on. And there it is. Joshua Osborne led the lap that time by. And now James Shelley on the bottom. DJ Kurtis was up there holding that race lead. Now he's got to try and make his way to the front yet again. Fast lap. 2 drivers in the 44.9s, Caleb Hoffman and Joshua Osborne, who are both up here at the front of the field. Shelley looking for the lead on the low side of Osborne with the run off the corner. Deaver on the very high line. And now Bulldog Motorsports drivers separated. Rich is right behind the 70 of Osborne in the middle. Jones and Rogers up top as they are about to catch Fitzwater and Peter Sands. 2 drivers currently in the chase for the Cup. As we said, Sands was 7th in points entering this race. Fitzwater 5th with that win. Fitzwater could very well fall out after tonight, and this is going to be crazy. Osborne's going to clear on the top, and Osborne will fly by for the lead. Here comes Kurtis, Hoffman. Oh, they almost wrecked. Deaver and Shelley made contact. That was insane. They almost wrecked, which was a feeling I had that might have happened. But it looks like everyone will mostly stay lined up. Kurtis, Hoffman, and Hagen will get by first, and they will hunt down Joshua Osborne here shortly. Shelley, Rich, Yepes, Qualls, Deaver, Arndt, Seth Cole, Jones, and Zach Rogers should all maintain with the pack here. So Sands and Fitzwater have been put a lap down. And Osborne has been caught, and that'll put the 17 of DJ Kurtis back in the race lead. Nobody really close for now. Nate Rogers in the group are the next ones, but they still have another 20 seconds to go, and they're only about maybe a half second to a second slower. That'll probably not happen until our first cycle of green flag pit stops, which should occur in, I'd say, 5 laps. Remember, if you're not careful, you stay out too long, you could get stuck on the outside of a driver coming out of the pits and run out of gas like Jessica Shelton did here in the spring race. Kurtis and Hoffman side by side for the lead. Shelley made a move down low. He's got the help. Kurtis will edge ahead and lead the lap. So still 13 drivers actually. Did somebody pit? I thought it was 14. Johnny Gardner was up here, was he not? Johnny Gardner was in this pack. He must have lost it a long time ago and I didn't notice. Kurtis is pulling away though on the straightaway here. Holy crap. What the heck is under this hood? They should track him down though. They are 3 wide. Deaver's thinking of making it 4 wide. No, he's not going to do it. John Arndt, remember, won the fall Talladega race last year. He's looking to get another win. Hendrick has been pretty harsh on the performance of John Arndt. They really liked him at the start of 2017. He won that race at the end of the year after not making the playoffs. His consistency fell off. He's been doing semi-decent in 2018. 23rd in the point standings. But they need to get a win on that team again, as Cole Deaver will pit and Seth Cole will finally drop down. It did not look like anyone else was going to come down. 2 drivers do decide to come down, and James Qualls had to lift off the gas for almost running into one of them. Zach Rogers to the lead, ahead of teammate Deanna Jones. Now we'll see who will come down pit road next. So with the way pit stops are occurring, we should see our last pit stops around laps 62 to 65. If they go green to the end, everyone will have to pit 2 more times after this current cycle. Shelley, Jones, Arndt, everyone comes down except the 19 and the 17. Kurtis lifted just a bit. And there's a long line of cars from the second group coming out of pit road this time. Rogers and Kurtis may lose a bit of time. They're keeping their cars in the middle, and they still have each other's draft. There's Seth Cole coming out of pit road. There is Cole Deaver, though, way ahead of the 42 car. Looks like Parker already came down pit road, possibly, maybe not. Ferranti's coming down now. Kurtis will pass Zach Rogers. And the 2 of them will come down pit road. We're going to take a step aside and we'll be back once the field has cycled around. Back at Daytona, cycle complete. DJ Kurtis the leader. Rogers, though, coming out of pit road behind him with the run. As you see Rich and Deanna Jones in the distance, side by side, for third place. Osborne there as well. The first 3 winners of the year right there. Zach Rogers going for the move for the lead. Caleb Hoffman is here. Yepes and Deaver in line together. But aren't Seth Cole, Shelley, and Hagan in a line back here. Qualls loses the draft, and then the rest of these drivers are also spread out. It's going to take a while to get everyone sorted back together. But the group of 13 has apparently shrunk down to 6. Actually, no, it might shrink to 5 because Tringali got in the way of Caleb Hoffman. And that held him up a ton. These leaders are also catching other drivers. Kurtis is trying to get by Rogers. Has nowhere to go. None is going to be a pick in the way of Kurtis. Kurtis has to lift off the gas. That's going to put 3 of the Bulldog Motorsports cars gone. Talk about a teamwork move right there. None was a lap car. That was pretty dirty. But Kurtis is not going to catch up. And it's just 1 Chevy to 3 Dodges. There are a lot more lap cars, though, that are going to be caught. They came out of pit road pretty crappily. So all the way up to 27th will be caught here shortly. As Andrew Rich, the Daytona 500 winner, into the race lead here on lap 29. And needless to say, sponsors Tide and Jack Daniels are definitely going to want to renew for 2019. And Rich has confirmed that he would love them to stay. As for Zach Rogers, a lot of his sponsors are pretty unhappy with his performance, so he may lose out to them. That includes the Mountain Dew brand, Taco Bell, and K&N. And look at them catch this wad of lap cars. Kurtis is back there in range. I don't know what his mile per hour is right now. These guys are going 187. Kurtis is going 194, so he should catch. Yepes, Hoffman, and Deaver are together here, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Pretty much everybody else has a long ways to go to catch up, especially Hagan, who has dropped back to Quentin Moore. So Kurtis will catch up to these drivers who are 3 wide and slow. Now we know when Rich and Rogers clear these drivers, they should be able to make it through. Right now they're just stuck in lines. That's why Jones is on the top side. Kurtis is going to go with Jones. This could bring the leaders back together. This could also cause a wreck. Rich is holding behind Hanley. They're going to catch Flickinger, and then Peter Sands is coming up. And Deanna Jones is getting a huge run, and Jones on the high line catapults to the lead. Hanley's got a lot more damage than you'd think. Now they catch Sands, and Jones will get stuck. And look at Kurtis. Kurtis somehow made a move to the bottom. And that'll put the 17 in the lead. Rich looking to his middle. Man, these guys are racing like it's the white flag. Rich is going to have help from Philip Parker's draft. Oh, the caution's out. Wreck off of turn 4. They're almost wrecking behind them. Now this will reset the field. And there will be only 27 cars on the lead lap. Flickinger barely held on. So Kurtis, the new race leader. And we'll rack them up again. This will put all the lap down cars on the inside line. Let's find out what brought out the second caution of the night. Here we are. They're 4 wide here almost. And I think the 4 wide possibility is what starts this. So Brock, I think, is going to get a nudge from McIntyre here. Oh no, they are 4 wide. Bright, McIntyre, Gray, and Green in the small little group. And there it is. McIntyre, Gray, and Green get together. And that turns McIntyre into Shearer. Brock's going to get sent down the track. Shearer makes small contact with the outside wall. Small contact from Eli Bright. And then a decent lick from Philip Goldberg. That's what brings out the caution flag. These guys up here, oh, banging, banging, banging. They take the yellow. And this was for around 20th place. These guys are all up to speed cars. I don't know about Shearer and Goldberg anymore. But that is what brought up the second caution of the night. So let's take it to the race restart. Getting ready to go back. Green flag racing just to go over Peter Sands, Fitzwater, and Tringali, all 2 down. Hanley, Hartnett, none. Ferranti, Zoerlein, Nate Rogers, and Parker all 1 down. 27 drivers on the lead lap. Excuse me. Race leader is Andrew Rich now. Caleb Hoffman 2nd. Osborne 3rd. Yepes 4th. Quintemore 5th. Arndt 6th. Kurtis down to 7th. Zach Rogers 8th. Deanna Jones 9th. And Cole Deaver 10th. This puts everyone back together, so I think we should see, once the lap cars are cleared, a 20-car field racing for this win until the next pit stop. Everybody came down pit road, so the next stop should be around lap 53. So they come down into the tri-oval, green flag back out. 44 laps of racing remain at Daytona. And Peter Sands looking to make it 3 wide. I don't know if that's a good idea with its damage, or if he's just getting out of the way. The lead lap cars probably don't want to get anywhere behind the lap down cars because it will really lock them up. And Rich, just like he did with his green-white checkered win in the spring, is going to pull away for now. It's a little cooler at night. Voice crack. A little cooler at night, so they get a little bit more power when they're drafting. Osborne makes the move for 2nd on Hoffman. By the way, 2017 champ Caleb Hoffman has still not visited Victory Lane. And there is a mess of 3 wide cars back there where the lap down cars are. So Rich leads the lap, but Osborne gets a good run. He makes the move to the bottom. Yepes is going to hold to the outside. And here comes Quentin Moore on the bottom. Kurtis already back up to the top 5. Jones is up here. Zach Rogers, though, nowhere to be seen. Now they're 3 wide for the lead. Yepes on the very bottom. Now we saw 6 or 7 cars wrecked going 4 wide. We will definitely see any amount more than that as Diego Yepes goes to the race lead. One of the rookie drivers in the series this year leads at Daytona. There's a good gap from 9th on back due to those underpowered cars. And if that gap remains, these will be the 9 battling for the lead. As Kurtis back to the inside of Yepes. He was out front for a good while earlier in the race. And Zach Rogers fell to 27th. Okay, that's interesting. So everyone on the lead lap should be up to speed. Deanna Jones on the bottom, 3 wide. 3 on the top, 3 in the middle, 3 on the bottom. Arndt's thinking about making it 4 wide. Is he going to do it? Oh, he almost did. Jones ducks back down on the bottom. Tell you what, these cars in the back, though, having a tough time getting around Philip Parker. Some of these guys are up to speed somewhat, like Jonathan Zoerlein. Seth Cole having problems. Same with Zach Rogers. There's Tringali, Sands, Ferranti already back here. None. Goldberg. Looking here in Rogers with massive problems. on the restart. Gardner will lead 10th on back as they're going to try and hunt down the leaders. So far, that is not going well. Only 191 miles an hour out of the 32 car. But Kurtis, DJ Kurtis, back in the race lead yet again. And he's running the middle. Kurtis, though, on point today. I don't know what it is with this 17 machine, but they have had the horsepower tonight. Once they get to the front, if it's not a very well organized line behind them, they are not getting past. Osborne to the middle. Osborne looking high, coming off a 4 here. Halfway through the race officially a few laps ago. Osborne making a move for the lead on the bottom. Quentin Moore behind. Deanna Jones, 3rd in line. Deaver on the bottom, 4th in line. 5 cars on the top, 4 on the bottom. Down the back straightaway, look at the run Kurtis gets. Look at the run Sean Arndt is getting. It's now 4 cars to 3. Kurtis back to the very bottom. Arndt, Yepes, and Rich trying to hold the top. Deaver and Hoffman in the back, single file, trying to figure out what lane to pick. Kurtis doing his best, just kind of riding in both lanes around the racetrack. Arndt's going to bump down to the middle into the turn 1. But 3 by 2 by 2 by 2 behind race leader DJ Kurtis. Deaver and Hoffman are holding to the high line. Voice crack. So that is helping, not helping the bottom line. Now Arndt kind of pinching down on Osborne there. Quentin Moore's going to make a look on the bottom 3 wide. But he has no help. Deanna Jones will hold middle. Or no, is she going to go low? Oh, can't really tell. Deaver's got a huge run. He's going to go low. Yepes is peeking his nose out behind Arndt. 10th place now, 6 seconds behind 9th. Not sure what's going on with that group back there, but they just don't have the same horsepower as the drivers up front. As they will catch the 84 of Nico Tringali. Is pretty damn slow. And so will hold up Kurtis. Yep, there it is. That'll let John Arndt get by. Now Kurtis getting blocked aggressively by Tringali. Osborne by Moore. Deaver and Hoffman will all move by. Yepes will come next, and Jones, Rich, and Kurtis getting held up the most here. There's Rich. Like we saw last time, could this get Kurtis stuck? He's still stuck behind him. He's finally going to make the move to the bottom. That really hurt DJ Kurtis, going from the lead to 9th place. Not sure if he'll actually even keep the draft of Rich. Gonna be close. That stretches out this field a little bit here. That puts Arndt into the lead. Zach Rogers back into the top 10 in the back. Let's go take a look at those guys. We are about 7 laps from pit stops. And here's Rogers leading this pack. You can see that a lot of these cars back here must have minor aero damage because they can't even keep up with the 19 car. As they're going to catch Tringali here soon. Rogers has to pick a good line. He'll end up right in the back where he was before. He's going to go straight to the high line, and James Shelley's coming down pit road. Rogers slows up. I don't know why. That log jams the people behind them a little bit. Gray's going to come by with him. Qualls. Tringali now has to find a way to pick a line. As the leaders catch Peter Sands. That helped DJ Kurtis get back up, and now Arndt will get held up the most. Moore and Yepes side by side for the race lead. Excuse me again. Deaver looking to the bottom. He's going to follow Rich. Moore's going to try and tuck in line. He can't. Rich has a run. But now Moore has help from Deaver. Yepes in the lead. Moore will clear Rich for second. As James Shelley will come out of pit road. Hoffman looking high off of 2. Kurtis Jones with a run. Deaver going to make a move to the bottom in front of Deanna Jones. As Quentin Moore makes a move for the lead. John Arndt kind of losing the draft a little bit. He should be able to catch, though these two are side by side. And Arndt will catch up to the back of Osborne. Moore leads a lap at Daytona. More drivers coming out of pit road. Some people pitting a little earlier here. I would think you want to go as long as you can. Maybe just take half a can on the last pit stop. That's Cody Hagan coming out of pit road as the leaders are catching Alex Ferranti here shortly. Rich on the bottom. Looking to go back to back at Daytona. Rich is one of 3 drivers to win at a super speedway in a non-plate track, and Rich will barely get by Ferranti there. That'll let him pull way out in front. Moore will come by next. Next to catch is John Nunn. How will Rich handle his teammate? We should be hitting that second round of green flag pit stops here soon. There was a caution that got in the way. Rich will fly by John Nunn. Moore will go by. Yepes will go by. Jones will go by on the high side. Now here comes Moore. Yepes and Deaver are going to come down here on lap 51. Rich will hold the lead for now. Jones in second, Kurtis back up to third, Arndt in fourth. Arndt and Kurtis have looked really strong today. I've really not seen anyone faster than the 17. He's been able to lead the pack easily. He's going to fly by Deanna Jones here as Alex Gray comes out of pit road. He's going to make his way to the inside of Rich as well. Flying by Andrew Rich, who has no one in front of him. And now John Arndt makes a move for the race lead. Osborne 3 wide, thinking about it as Arndt, Osborne come down pit road. Kurtis will stay out on the racetrack. The question is Rich able to go another lap or not? Because I'm not sure if that side-by-side held him up or what. As Rich will make the move to the inside of Jones. Catch John Nunn going by the 9 car. 53. Here comes everybody but Deanna Jones. Now the question is, can Jones even go another lap? No signs of sputtering yet. So will Deanna Jones get screwed, or will she make it? She's got draft in front of her. There's Zach Rogers coming out. No one else has appeared to stay out except maybe William Brock. Jones still looks strong. Don't get to the outside of the 19 car. Nope, nope, here she comes. She's coming down pit road. So Deanna Jones makes it another lap. How much that hurt her, we'll find out when we come back from this commercial break. Back at Daytona, 35 laps remain. Or wait, 25 laps remain, I'm sorry. Battle for the lead between Kurtis and Arndt, but they are by themselves. Kurtis will make the move past the 48. Yepes, though, leading the next group. Moore, Osborne, Rich, Jones, Deaver, and Hoffman. Zach Rogers back here by himself. Seth Cole, Qualls, Oskin, and a bunch of others in behind. Not sure if any of those drivers will have a chance. Right now, Yepes is not really making any grounds up. These two keep changing the lead. One makes the move to the inside one corner, one makes the move the next corner. So Arndt and Kurtis for now just swinging back and forth on the lead. Kurtis by far has the fastest car I've seen all night. He might not have the fastest lap, but he's got a fast race car. There it is again. Kurtis gets the run, and he makes the move to the inside of Arndt. Behind them is 3rd to 9th. There it is again. Arndt making a move back to the bottom. And you can see the rest of the top 10, except for 10th place. Behind, let's see, 2.6 last lap. Oh, wow, they gained the whole second that lap. So they will catch here shortly. About a lap or two. So Arndt making the move back for the race lead. And there it is, they've caught up. Hoffman's kind of dangling at the back of their pack a little bit. Kurtis making a move again for the lead, as they are going to catch Nico Tringali once again. Right when the main pack's catching up too. Let's see where Kurtis makes his move. Is he going to go low? No, he's not going to be able to. Arndt's got to slow up too. Everyone slows up. Rich goes by the 48. Excuse me. And Rich will hustle by DJ Kurtis for the race lead. Deaver, Jones following. Here comes Yepes, Hoffman, Quentin Moore, and Osborne get held up the most. They should keep up. But your 500 winner, Rich, back to the race lead. 21 laps to go. Next driver to be caught. Oh, there's a string of them. Fitzwater, Nate Rogers, Goldberg, and Sands. Excuse me again. John Arndt making a run on Jones on the bottom. Kurtis, look at him making his moves. He knows he's got the fastest car on the racetrack. He needs help. Arndt's been pretty fast himself. Will these two draft their way to the front here or what? 20 to go, that time officially at the start-finish line. There's the move for the lead by John Arndt. Zach Rogers still in 10th, 8 seconds back. He's got Qualls, Oskin, and Seth Cole with him. Next group is Bright, Gardner, and Gray. And then next, McIntyre, Hagan, Shearer, Shelley, Green, and Brock. As they're going to catch Andrew Rich here. Kurtis is making the move for the lead. Will we get another caution here in these last 20 laps? We've already had our quota of 2 that we had in the spring. The high line of Arndt, Rich, and Jones will get held up the most. That'll let DJ Kurtis get by first. Fitzwater's next on the list. Kurtis slows up and makes his way to the inside. Oh, and they're wrecking Arndt's around. Jones is in it. Arndt's going to spin through the grass. Oh, he tried saving it, but this is going to hurt Arndt a lot. Caution is out officially. Everyone will come down the pit road, and they'll all be able to make it on gas. Race for the lead to the caution flag will go to Diego Yepes. This will save Goldberg and Nate Rogers from going... well, it'll save Goldberg from going a lap down period, and it'll save Nate Rogers from going another lap down. Let's take a quick look. John Arndt falls all the way down to 22nd place. And he's got a decent amount of back end damage. Let's take a look and see what brought out the third caution of the night. Alright, here it is. We're still in turn 1 and 2. About to come off of 2 here. So Arndt is behind Peter Sands. It looked like it might have started with Deanna Jones, but I'm not 100%. Oh, nope, here it is. Rich is going to go to the high line. He's looking 4 wide. Arndt gets into Osborne, and then right there, Rich gets into Arndt, and then Jones had nowhere to go. So all 3 of those drivers might have minor damage that hurts their draft speed. But that sent Arndt spinning around into the grass. The tough break for the 48 driver. He was really looking forward to maybe getting a shot at a win. But let's take you back to what will hopefully be our last restart of the race. Coming into race restart, we'll have 14 laps to go. Cody Hagan did not pit. I don't know what this means, but I think it means that he doesn't have any. He'll have to. He's going to run out of gas. Kurtis second, Gray third, Yepes fourth, Moore fifth, Hoffman, Jones, Deaver, Oskin, and Rich. That's the top 10. Still a decent number of lap down cars on the bottom. Tringali leads them. So we'll see what happens here on the restart. But how many of the 27 drivers will have a shot at this win? 14 to go. I don't think Hagan can make it on gas to the end of the race. And everyone is going to want to pass Nico Tringali as Kurtis and Yepes are making their moves to the bottom now. Tringali is going to hold up a lot of people. Peter Sands is up there too. That's not helping anybody. There's only 6 drivers up here right now. Deanna Jones actually makes that 7. But they could wreck behind them. And James Shelley is coming down pit road. Okay then. DJ Kurtis has actually some side damage on his car. That might hurt him in the draft. And there's Diego Yepes making a move for the race lead. Pardon me, I was just finishing my beer. And Yepes pulling away. Kurtis on the top has nothing. Caleb Hoffman, 2017 champion, Wouldn't it be great to get your first win at Daytona? Can he pull it off? Hartnett, the next driver who's actually cleared, and Alex Gray can't make it. And there's Hagan coming down pit road too. And there is a huge line of cars that lifted for that. That is really going to hurt them. But Yepes in the lead. Quentin Moore would be looking for his second win of the season. Hoffman, Jones would be looking for her third. And Kurtis in fifth, who's had the best car all night. Hartnett is actually a lap down. Sixth on back is back here. And they are moving around a lot. I can see Arndt trying to make his way to the front of this line. But can these guys even make it? Because I could have sworn Alex Gray pit under that caution. Right now, Yepes pulling away as these drivers will all single up behind them. 11 to go. And sixth on back, 5 seconds. Next car to catch is James Shelley. Depending on how they catch, that could hold them up. Shelley is up to speed. I don't know what it is with these cars back here. They cannot hold more than 190 at the front of the line. A lot of them do have minor damage, so you're seeing a lot of people trying to make moves. Andrew Rich is way back here, so we won't see this man get another Daytona win. Deanna Jones is the only one who could keep the Dodge SS streak alive. Zach Rogers has made his way into the top 10. He's riding the wall there into the tri-oval. That's really going to hurt him. Jones is right here at the back of this draft. She's going to catch up now. It looks like she was fading. She appears to have some front end damage. Not sure when that happened. Cody Hagan gets caught along with James Shelley. This will add 2 cars to the mix of the draft. Hoffman's tailing rookie Diego Yepes as they're going to catch Alex Gray. 9 to go, coming to the start-finish line, this time by Kurtis sits in third. Yepes and Hoffman will make short work of Gray. There's Tringali. He would be the next driver to catch. Hoffman's actually going to get held up a little bit by Alex Gray. That might actually help Hoffman because it'll allow Yepes to pull away a little bit too much. Moore's looking for somewhere to go. Hagan's getting a run on him. Kurtis, Shelley, and Deanna Jones definitely appears to be... Yeah, there's front end damage on this 29 car. She can't do anything. Kurtis has the small door damage, and even he can't do much of anything. Could this be a handed win to Diego Yepes, or will Hoffman find the way to run up here with Quentin Moore? Moore's trying to look out for himself here, though. He's looking for second on Hoffman. Sixth place on back is nowhere to be seen. Rogers finally made his way to the front with Deaver, Seth Cole, McIntyre, and Arndt. Like I thought, a lot of these drivers back here have minor aerodynamic damage that is holding them up. And they gained those positions on pit road. That is why, like on this run and the last run at the start, we saw everyone get so bunched up, is because cars like Johnny Gardner or Tony Green, they just can't hold 195 plus, even in the draft. Deanna Jones definitely has damage. She can't keep up. She's barely holding on. 3 wide there. Hoffman up top. Moore made his way by for second place. Can he get enough of a run on Yepes? Remember, 2 road courses are next, so wins are all going to come based majorly, I believe, on starting position. Moore getting a run on Yepes, looking for what would be his second win of his rookie season. He'd be the first rookie to get the 2. Technically, everyone was rookies last season. Yepes is looking for his first. He's well up there in the point standings. If Yepes could get a win, that would all but secure him in the chase. Remember, we have 10 winners on the year so far. He would be winner number 11. With 9 races left after tonight, it could still happen. 5, 6 more new winners, 7 more new winners, 8 more new winners, 9 more new winners, 9 out of 9. Caleb Hoffman, though, to the bottom of Moore. Moore's getting the draft of Yepes, but all this fighting for second is stopping them from catching Yepes. Alex Gray, Shelley, and Hagan are the next 3 cars in line, all a lap down. Kurtis behind them with his small door damage is actually hurting him quite considerably. The same goes for Deanna Jones' front end damage. It was 5 to go last time by. Didn't even notice. Coming to 4 to go. No one's been able to do anything. Everyone would rather fight for second. Hoffman's peaking high again. Bad idea. That will get him nowhere. And Toyota could be looking at their second one on the year. And what it would be to be Diego Yepes, because his teammate Zach Flickinger won at Dover. With both the Furniture Row cars getting wins before the Joe Gibbs cars. Hoffman again with a move, this time to the bottom. Shelley looked like he was going with him at first, but now he's not going with him at all. But Hagan's going to make the move to go with Hoffman. Kurtis falling back. Jones is going to fall back to 6th place. That'll open up a 5th place spot. I don't know if Kurtis will fall back quickly enough. 3 to go at the line at Daytona for Yepes. Oh, they're catching Nico Tringali. A lap down car is going to influence tonight's winner. If Yepes gets by him easily, he'll win, no hands down. If he gets held up, it'll go to Moore or Hoffman. Shelley Gray and Hagan are basically racing for 25th place. Moore again behind Diego Yepes, trying to inch his way forward. They'll be coming to 2 to go. Gray and Shelley side by side. It's going to help DJ Kurtis stay in the draft. Hoffman again trying to get by Hagan. He's a lap down car. Here we go. Here's the big move for Yepes. And he's going to get by. Moore will get by. Hoffman will get by too. It's all the lead lap cars. Hagan gets held up. There's Peter Sands. Yepes gets by him too. Same for Quentin Moore. Same for Caleb Hoffman. But Hoffman has shredded a ton of speed. It's going to come down to Moore and Yepes, I think. Ferranti is going to get caught too, and that's it. White flag in the air this time by. Can Diego Yepes pull it off? It's been pretty uneventful. It's been like 2,000 racing here, single file. Kurtis should hold on to 4th. Jones got caught. She's not even in the top 10 anymore. And here it is. Yepes will make the move up to the top. Moore will follow. Can Moore get enough of a run? Hoffman's here too. Hoffman's going to get blocked by Ferranti though. And Moore just can't get, I think the 34 has a small amount of damage compared to Diego Yepes. And this is over. Unless the 77 blows up right here, it is over. To the checkered flag, it'll be Diego Yepes winning at Daytona. It was a little bit uneventful, pretty eventful actually, considering Hoffman got held up. Quentin Moore gets 2nd, Hoffman 3rd, Kurtis 4th. Kurtis was about to fall back, and then the lap he'd be outside of the top 5. Joshua Osborne 5th, Deaver 6th, Zach Rogers 7th, Eli Bright 8th. He was in the wreck, the big one at the start of the race. James Qualls gets 9th, and Salmon Oskin gets 10th. So Next week we head to Puco for 45 laps of racing. As long as the pit stalls work, they should work. It'll be an interesting race. It will be no cautions. So with that said, I will see everyone for Puco. It's been real. What a Daytona race. See y'all next time.